I think it's a really good opportunity to look into the way in which the media has participated in creating what can only be seen as a campaign of vilification against Muslims in this country and indeed globally. I think what needs to be done is to look at this thematically, because a lot of the things that are said about Muslims have entered into common sense. So people don't even question anymore whether or not the sentiments being expressed by some of the articles and media reports and so on are racist. Okay, because let's call it racism, because that's what it is. They simply believe that, for example, it's somehow natural for Muslims to be more inclined towards violence, or more inclined to be sexist, or more inclined to think about aggression against the state or the community and so on. And then what that allows to happen is for actions committed by Muslims, perhaps, which are actions that could be committed by anybody in the society, are then linked to global events like 9/11, 7/7 and so on, as if there was a direct correlation between those two behaviours, and that has the result of tarring all Muslims with the same brush and creating this impression that somehow when Muslims are the victims of abuse, then that's only natural, or that somehow they deserve it. So we don't even question it anymore. So I think it's really important to do that questioning. Well, there's been a huge amount of really valuable research being done by academics on Islamophobia, on racism, on multiculturalism, on the current attack on multiculturalism, for example. But unfortunately, very often it's difficult to translate academic ideas for the greater public, for various reasons that you'll know about. The type of language that academics often use, that the type of publications that we write in are relatively restricted. It's often difficult to take that on board. So if academics were to be involved in this, I think it would be great to help them, if you like, to distill the types of arguments that are made in much lengthier and more perhaps complex publications for this public audience, and engage with what journalists say, so that maybe then journalists take on board more this research rather than dismiss it as something that wouldn't be able to be translated for the greater public. Because I actually think that there are ideas in there that, if you simply use the right language, are relatively easy for everybody to understand.